Welcome to Destination Station, your number one station in the nation. As always, I'm Destin. Uh, Today, this is going to be this is kind of a newer video that I've ever done, like a movie news, movie like update. I know I've talked about this before on my channel, but like I'm thinking about this being my setup, and let me know if my mic is working okay. The mic on my actual computer is not the greatest. So basically, I just want to give like an update on a movie that's going into development from Millennium Films. It's called Hellboy: Rise of the Blood Queen. Now, this isn't the third film in the Guillermo, however you pronounce that, Guillermo del Toro's Hellboy with Ron Perlman. It's been a long struggle for the third film to get off the ground. The films haven't made a tremendous amount of money, so no one's like raving for it. I know it has. I know I've enjoyed the films, and I know a lot of other people enjoyed the films, but it's not like a must. Like, oh my God, you got to get on this film. So I guess what they've decided to do is reboot the whole franchise, and they're going to do it with Neil Marshall, who's going to be the director, and David Harbour from Stranger Things, the guy David Harbour plays the sheriff in Stranger Things. Very good actor. He's getting a lot of roles recently. He's been in movies for a long time, but this is going to be his first, I guess, um, lead starring role. And basically, they're saying that this is going to be Hellboy Reboot will be a dark and gruesome horror movie. Horror movie? Like I like the idea. I do. I like the idea. I don't know anything about the comics. I'm not a big comic book reader or anything like that. Um, but I could see it being darker. I know it's going to be bloody and more gruesome and maybe have some horror elements. It already has some horror elements, but as a straight up horror movie, I mean, that's possible with Neil Marshall. Neil Marshall directed Dog Soldiers, The Descent, Centurion. If you haven't seen Centurion, it should still be on Netflix. It's got Michael Fassbender, very underrated film, very good action movie. Check it out. I haven't seen Dog Soldiers, but I heard good things. I need to get my hands on that film. But he's done a couple episodes with Game of Thrones, and I've heard that some of the most popular episodes of Game of Thrones. Um, this is it's it's going to be a lower budget. This film is going to be a lower budget, which will probably be a little bit better because Neil Marshall he was on a rise there for a minute, and he's just kind of like disappeared. But with Neil Marshall coming back and putting his twist on the Hellboy franchise, I'm actually looking forward to it. Now, I love Guillermo del Toro's directing style. He's got a very gothic and Tim Burton type style. For some reasons, his films just don't take off like he wants them to. I think his movies are more style over substance. I love the world building that Del Toro makes, and everything. It's just something about the storyline. Something falls flat. Seems like there should be something just a little bit extra in his films. But overall, I'm not hating on his work at all. Del Toro is amazing. He's amazing. He's a very visionary director. He's one of my favorite directors. It's just that's the thing. That's where it stops at the door. The vision, and that's it. And I think that he's a better at world telling or world building rather than storytelling. But anyways, back to Hellboy. Neil Marshall, I love the way he did The Descent, one of my favorite horror films. I need to see Dog Soldiers, but basically what they're saying is Neil Marshall, the director of Dog Soldiers, The Descent, and Centurion, is attached to direct Hellboy: Rise of the Blood Queen, a reboot of the Hellboy saga that's set to star David Harbour from Stranger Things as the title character. Guillermo del Toro and Ron Perlman are not involved in this film, nor will it have anything to do with the two films they made together. The Millennium Films project has already been scripted by Andrew Cosby, Christopher Golden, and Hellboy creator Mike Mignola, and the plan is to bring it to the screen with an R rating. And it sounds like they're going to go hard R with this, and I'm really looking forward to that. Millennium Films is where I get kind of skeptical about this because they are known to make a little bit of cheese films. They don't have the greatest resume when it comes to film. They made the Expendables franchise. That's probably their biggest thing. They did the Olympus Has Fallen, the London Has Fallen, the Mechanic Resurrection. Um, I mean, basically they put like an action. They make like it feels like 90s throwback action films is what it seems like. But if they go back and take a different spin on Hellboy like that and put Neil Marshall in the mix of it, I'm looking forward to this. I think a smaller budget will be better for this film. Plus, I mean, if you look at Hellboy with Ron Perlman and Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, I believe that was the name of that film. Um, Very high budget, but it made money, but it wasn't like it just, you know, it just exploded the box office and everybody's just ranting and raving and just like screaming for more. It's just kind of like, like if they make it, they make it, but if not, not everybody's wanting it. I mean, who's really wanting a Hellboy 3? I mean, honestly. But to reboot the franchise, I'm really, really looking forward to what they're going to do with this. But basically, speaking with Silver Screen Beat, Christopher Golden just dug a bit deeper into what we can expect from the tone of the reboot, noting that it's going to be darker than Del Toro's vision. This is a darker, more gruesome version of Hellboy. Neil said from the very beginning that he wanted to walk a razor edge between horror and comic book movie, which was music to my ears because that's what I was shooting for in the script, and precisely what Mignola does so well with the comics. The script is done, but work will continue as we move forward, always trying to make it the best it can be. Fuck, I can't read. Shit. Anyways, so yeah, so they're gonna go darker with this film. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping that they're gonna give it justice. Logan was R-rated, Deadpool was R-rated. Both of them had amazing numbers at the box office. So maybe that's what they're trying to go with this. And I really feel like this is the right property to go darker with. I mean, I think that Del Toro's done his thing. Move on. See what else he can do. But as far as Hellboy, I think he should just leave it alone and let Neil Marshall do it. And I would love to see Neil Marshall to get more work because he is one of my favorite directors. I just love the way he directs action. He's just badass, and he just doesn't get enough recognition or enough work. So, you know, I'm glad to see that they're giving him another shot in something big. So, yeah, guys, what do you guys think about the new Hellboy reboot? You like it? You hate it? Leave a comment section below. Let me know what you think about it. Do you want it? Do we need this film, or should we move on to something else? I mean, who really gives a shit, right? But yeah, just let me know. Let's start a discussion down below. Um, like I said, guys, this is going to be like my new it's going to be like my new movie news thing. I'm just going to, like maybe I'll do it every morning, while I have my cup of coffee or something. Just, uh, 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 morning brew movie news or some bullshit. I'll come up with something. Shit. Who knows? Give me some ideas. Peace.